Good evening, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Scorpio, Sun Moon Rising, welcome into your March 2022 reading. This will be a general energy check for you. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest of the story, as I always say. Now, over here, we will have a 6 question and answers session with regards to your energies so that we can get a clear idea about what you're looking at around this portion in time for yourself. What is the guidance you will need to listen to, adhere to, and we'll take it from there. Okay, Scorpio. So let's call upon our divine guidance, angel ancestor, my spirit guide into this reading, and my divine source for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, with Venus and Jupiter in your individual planetary position. Okay, so let's see what's going on in your situation in the month of March 2022, Scorpio. What is your most significant energy around this portion in time for the month of March 2022? What is the most significant energy around this portion in time? The next question would be, what is your challenge? What is challenging you? What kind of an energy is your challenge energy in the month of March 2022? What's the challenge energy here for Scorpio? Please, what's the challenge energy? Let's see. Too many cards, guys. Let's see. Just need one message here. Challenge. Okay. The next question would be, what is your blessing that you are not aware of, you have no idea about? What is the kind of blessing that you are or you will have in the month of March 2022, which probably you don't know about, you're not aware of? What's the blessing for Scorpio? What kind of a blessing does Scorpio have in the month of March of 2022? What's the blessing here? All right, let's go to the next part of this story for you, Scorpio. What's your environment talking about around this portion in time? What kind of an energy is in your environment or will be in your environment? Okay. What's your spirit guidance in here for you, Scorpio? What is spirit trying to tell you around this portion in time? What is spirit guidance here for you? What kind of a guidance would you be receiving from my spirit for yourself? What is Spirit's guidance towards you around this portion in time? And the last but not the least would be a probable outcome. Now, probable outcome will depend on individual timeline, of course. So, and your astrological and natal chart positioning will determine what your probable outcome, when it's going to happen. But this is a general reading, so that's where I ask for a probable outcome in your case, Scorpio. Okay. The bottom of the deck is the High Priestess. Okay. 10 of Swords, High Priestess, the Page of Wands. Yeah, You're thinking about something, Scorpio, because there is a close in here to a situation that you have been hurt with or in. And that could very well be with your sentiment, with your emotions, with the Three of Swords in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, right? So you're trying to heal, you're trying to close that particular portion of your life where you probably have been hurt with regards to some kind of an emotional situation where, the water has kind of flowed out and your heart seems pretty dull and empty at this point. Now, with this situation, you are finding it a little bit difficult to move. The Page of Wand and the Ten of Sword, right? You want to expand, you want to move. You know it's a time to recover yourself. You have to get back on your feet, kind of an energy. You want to start doing something for yourself. But it's been a lot. You have gone through a lot of pain, a lot of trouble, a lot of anxiety, a lot of hardships. Some situations have closed on you. Some of you could have lost your job, some of you could have lost something of value to your own self, right? So you do know, and that could have possibly affected your health for some of you, right? Where you're finding it very difficult to, kind of recover. Some of you could be going through a lot of pain, just pain in your body at this point, for no rhyme or reason. You could be suffering from a lot of aches and pains and stuff like that, right? So, but you also know at the same time that if you don't do something about this situation, going forward, it will become difficult for you. So you have to recover, and that could be taking care of your health, and that could be your wealth as well, right? Health is your wealth. So what I'm getting is that you're thinking, you're not doing it right now. You're not really taking action on this situation right away. But with the High Priestess, you internally, you know that you have to do something about this situation. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you moving forward to do something with yourself, right? So you are kind of looking at the situation, and it's a very subconscious mental energy that you're going, your inner knowing, you know that you have to now take action over your own situation or over some situation that has been very painful in your life, where you are feeling that, like I said, where you want to, it's time for you to do something over this situation. And this is your higher knowing. This is your subconscious self. This is your inner self that's telling you that, come on, Scorpio, it's high time that you get up and do something about your own life, your own situation, your own circumstances, whatever that possibly can be for different people, right? So you want to wrap up the old cycle. You want to wrap up the old cycle of pain, hardship, whatever that suffering has been. You definitely want a closure on that. You want to put a full stop over there, right? And you just want to carry on with your life. You want to move on. And that's what it is, right? And you have traveled through the light and dark in yourself. The shadow energy and the conscious and the subconscious energy, right? That what the subconscious is telling you, the conscious is telling you what to do, how to take action over this. What is the requirement? What are the actions that you possibly have to now You have to now take over this situation, right? Uh, yeah, so you are kind of, you could be very quiet around this portion in time as you are thinking about the situation. You will probably not be sharing or talking about this with anyone as such, but internally you are going to be working on this situation by yourself as well for some of you. Your most significant energy, the Empress appears, right? And when the Empress appears, it's also talking about spiritual growth. It's talking about Venus. It's the card of Venus. So Venus could possibly be there with you at this point in time, which means that you receive abundance, you receive good luck, you receive fertility. Some of you guys could be in the process of giving birth to something at this point in time. That could be um, a new home, a new job, a new career. For some, it could be even childbirth at the same time. But whatever that situation, your most significant energy is telling me that you definitely want to grow. You know, you definitely have that ambition. You want to attract back your good luck, your spiritual growth. You want to bring back the fertility in your life. That could be, like I said, could be love, could be money, could be whatever, you know, career, education, anything that is that you want to attract back in your life. So your most significant energy is telling me that you are thinking big, right? You're thinking big because, like I said, that's where you're probably thinking, because you're thinking big, you also know that in order to think big, you have to work on that situation. And if you are in pain, if you are in grief, and if you're in sorrow, if you don't close that chapter in your life, then thinking big or thinking out of the box will not bear any result, right? So when you're coming out, you're like wrapping up that entire circle of life in yourself, Scorpio. And as you wrap up the entire circle or that cycle of your old situation, where you can find solid, intuitive reasoning as to why certain things have happened, right? You will travel through that. You will do a lot of shadow work at this point in time. But you will also receive your answer because you will be connected intuitively with your intuition that will possibly resolve a lot of pain in your life as well, right? So now, Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the King of Wand in the reverse. So what I'm getting, guys, is that you know, with the Empress energy, right, there is some kind of a realization in your life that's coming up in here at this point, because you could have had, or you're setting high expectations on certain things in your life now. For some of you, right, you're setting some goals, you want to achieve something, but at the same time, there is also some high expectations out of whatever that you want to do. You want to achieve the net result that you want to achieve should be good. That's what it is, right? The net result should be good. So now this is a situation, I get a feeling because of the cards in here that you are then monetarily, some of you are having some challenges at this point, right? And that challenge is because The challenge has happened because of your expectation, the goal that you had set for yourself, maybe previously, right? So now what you're thinking is that you want to redo the whole thing. You want to start something fresh, right? And for which there are certain things in your life that you probably did not think well before in your before this period in time, right? Because as the King of Wand in the reverse, your expectation of a situation was that whatever you touch would turn into gold for some of you, right? So whatever you do should achieve, you should be the achiever. Your ego was quite high. You had extreme high ego in some of you over situations. So that is something that, you are realizing has not really yielded you any result. Because what has happened in here, Scorpio, is because of you wanting to meet your expectations, you wanting to come to a place where you can fulfill all the expectations of different people at the same time. You ended up working very hard, but it was only work related where you did not really have the foresight. You just worked and worked and worked, but you didn't think about the future goals, future aspirations. Somebody told you do a job, you just went, did the job. You did 2 shifts, you did 3 shifts, but you never, maybe because somewhere you had taken for granted that nothing is going to change in your life. Everything will remain exactly the way it is. And so your expectation out of life in general was that you're going to work very hard and you will be working very hard, but then keeping your options closed, keeping your vision shut. You did not think about the future, that someday a situation might come where you might have to face some kind of adversary, right? You might have to face criticisms with regards to whatever action that you have taken before in your life. And that is more so because what I'm getting, guys, is you didn't realize that you were taking the wrong step or you were doing the wrong thing. Your expectation, your part of the story is that you will fight everything, right? You will stand up for everything. But now you're coming to the point of realizing that it's not possible for you to fight everything, for you to stand up to everything, and that could be because that could be because you are realizing that you don't have so much of monetary power in you at this point in time for some of you, right? So some of you could be facing different criticisms from people at this point. People could be criticizing you for not really taking care of your finances, for not doing the right thing, for not investing in the right place. Because again, your expectation, some of you could have put your money in such a place that you expected that money to really grow, but then you realized that it didn't happen. So your expectation was that hard work will yield you all the result, whatever result you need in your life. But then that's okay, guys. That's okay. And that you can actually manifest or bring fertility into your life through hard work, right? That's what you were doing. So you did put in a lot of hard work. You definitely kept working very hard, but without a foresight. And when I say without having a foresight, that's a typical characteristic of the King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody who is prepared to work very hard, has high hopes, high ambitions, high goals in life, but that's about it. They don't think what's going to happen tomorrow, or day after, a year later, how situations might change. And if situations change, then how are they able to cope up with that changing situation is something that they really haven't given a thought to, right? So this is where some of you guys could be having people who can tell you that you have done a lot of things wrong at this point in time. You could be facing some amount of adversaries and criticism as you try to emerge from that situation, because your goal is again to bring fertility back into your life. So you could be going through a process of understanding where you have gone wrong at this point or before this point, right? And what is that where you have lacked? What is that you're lacking? The lack is something that you need to really get a hold of, right? Because your challenge again is the Three of Wands in the reverse. So the challenge is for you to understand what you need to do now. Because obviously you did not have a clear foresight of your situations in life. You did not think about the future. You just kept working and working and working, but without having any kind of an understanding about what can happen in the future or what might happen in the future, right? So you had kind of closed all options. Maybe some of y'all did have options to move outside, to travel, to take another job, but you just did not bother to do that. You just kept working and you closed all doors. You did not think about anything else other than your work schedule or your work routine or whatever that you were doing, right? So this is where your challenge is, guys. Your challenge is definitely you're feeling very, very hurt, about a situation that concerns your emotions and here with people in your life, right? You wanted to bring happiness. That's where you worked very hard, Scorpio. But because you did not have that foresight to see what is that extra plan B, plan C that you might have in your pocket in case situations don't go in your way, you did not think about that. So as a result of it, you worked very hard with closed door options. You worked very hard to bring happiness with the sun. You really had a lot of energy. You put in a lot of energy towards a situation that would yield you result in the long term, which is your family, your home, your retirement plans, everything, right? But the problem was, the challenge is that you did everything, Scorpio, but you did everything with closed options. You did not really opt for an alternative in your life, which is where the Ace of Cups is in the reverse, which is where suddenly you are realizing that you just ran after money, or you ran after people in your life trying to make them happy, but you really did not value your own emotions, or you did not give time to understand what you want in life. Really, you did everything possible because you possibly expected people to come back and give you back that emotion from your close family, friend, relatives, spouse, whoever it could be in your life, Scorpio. But no, it didn't happen. It really didn't happen, and you were left with an empty cup, right? So, and that happened. Your challenge is this, that you did not really wanted to move. You sat in the same place and you did the same thing over and over again. But you did not look and search for any alternative to your own happiness, to what you think is good for you. So, the challenge is that there is a new beginning, a new cycle that's coming up in your life, right? Which is going to be a cycle that brings back your wish fulfillment. It's coming, but the challenge is whether you can open your doors to that new happiness, whether you can take in something new that's coming back into your life or it's coming to you. So, your challenge would be your foresight. Your challenge would be to see through all the situations at this point in time and decide for yourself if you want to stay there wherever you are, or if you want to really open your doors of the horizon to say that, okay, I can welcome something new in my life. Maybe I have been doing a business over years and I have not really gathered my business, equity so much. So now it's time for me to probably look for other alternatives in my life, right? Which can bring back my wish fulfillment. So your challenge is to again, would you be willing to do that? That's your challenge position. Your blessing is the Ace of Sword in the reverse. So your blessing is some kind of inner clarity. You will understand what it is that inner clarity is, right? You will find some kind of an inner clarity to this situation of your challenge. Whether you, like I said, you have worked and worked for some people in your life because you wanted to make people happy, comfortable, but at the end of the day, you discover that nobody is bothered about what you really like in your life. What is that makes you happy, right? So the challenge is saying that there is a new cycle that's coming up that will fulfill your wishes, but would you be able to open your mind and accept that offer, or would you be again stuck in the same position? So your blessing is that some kind of an inner truth, inner clarity is showing up in here, right? That's going to guide you. You will get some guidance, provided if you take up the challenge and you say, yes, I'm ready for a new beginning, I'm ready to take on this particular situation, right? I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to fulfill my own wishes in life. So, in case you take up that challenge, if you decide that, yes, I will take it up, then definitely you will find that inner clarity and inner guidance that's going to help you to understand what you need to do. Because clearly, then in that case, you will have to break an old cycle of your life, right? You will have to get out of either a job or a relationship or a particular location that you have been living in, change your place, whatever that means for you, right? So clearly, with the wheel and the six of sword, it means that you will have to move. You will have to move. If that inner clarity, right, you will understand this, that if you are going to accept this particular portion as a challenge and accept that offer and say, yes, I will do anything, I will, move forward, I will take on this challenge. And if you're ready for that, then of course your inner guidance would be that you need to break off from the old cycle of your life, leave that behind and move forward. And because of this situation, the two of pentacles and the five of wands, you know that if you do this, if you decide to move and your inner clarity is telling you that it's time for you to break open the old cycle, just close the old cycle and walk into a new cycle of your life. Breaking cycles, right? This is what breaking cycle means. That means you will have to definitely move elsewhere. Okay, but you will get the clarity, you will get some kind of a guidance towards the path that you're looking for. But the problem over here, where you will need your inner clarity to work for you more so, is finding the right path, because you could have obstructions in here. You will have to deal with people or situations who might create drama in your life over this particular situation, as you tell them that you need to go, you need to move. Some of you might want to move countries, right? There could be a lot of fight and drama over that situation. So your inner clarity would be that you will have to deal with this. So how you deal with this, you will definitely get a lot of guidance, because this will happen. Let me tell you that the moment you take on that situation, the moment you take the challenge on, and the moment you find your path, it won't be an easy path for you. It won't be that you can sail through and move, pack your bags, put it in the aircraft or the boat or whatever and sail past. No, it won't be that easy. You will have people who will be there creating a big chaos over this situation. There will be arguments, there will be bickering, there will be, that kind of a situation, arguments, bickering, conflict over this decision of yours, right? So you have to understand how to deal with that situation. But because of the blessing of the Ace of Sword in the reverse, you will understand how to work on this situation, because there is a disturbance in here that will happen. Like I said, the moment you decide to break the cycle of your life, professional, personal, spiritual. It can be anything for anybody here, right? So, like I said, your inner clarity will definitely guide you through, if you accept the challenge and say, yes, I'm ready to sail. Okay, sail off. But again, like I said, it is going to be a little bit of a tough game here for you, but you will receive guidance. You will definitely receive some amount of guidance. Now, in your environment, the Ace of Wands in the reverse is telling you it's still not the right time to take this step. You want to, but you have to wait for it. Right? I mean, the challenge is that whether you want to take it, yes, you want to take it. And if you say, like I said, if you say yes to the situation and you start working over that, you will be stopped. There will be a lot of conflict, drama, and the guidance will come to you to deal with that accordingly. But environment is saying, at this point in time, hold on. The timing is not right for you. So whatever you're trying to do, Scorpio, you have to hold your horses, guys, because at this point in time, you won't be able to move past a situation that is going to create a lot of trouble in your life. So maybe that's your blessing, that they're saying that it's okay. You want to take the challenge, you want to accept it. Fair enough, we will allow you, but at the same time, just wait. It's not yet the time over here in this month of March 2022, right? So hold your horses. That's what they're saying. Things are going to work for you, because you get the Devil, the Three of Cups in the reverse, and the Star in the reverse. So environment is saying that there are people out there who will create problems for you. And those people can be just people community, anybody, right? People in your work area, maybe people from your extended family. It can be anybody. And those are the people, they by themselves, they have no faith or purpose in life. And they will create a lot of self-doubt in you if they see that this could be the reason why they can come in and interfere with you around this portion in time as soon as you start to pack your bags, right? So that's where environment is saying that hold your horses, because there are restrictions with people, and these are the people with whom you have some kind of a connection, just maybe social connection. They live in the same neighborhood, they are a part of your extended family, can be anything, even just friends, people that you are acquainted with, right? And they are not good people. They are not good people. They are people who always they inflict doubt in people's mind. They create, because they by themselves they have no hope, they have no faith, they have no purpose in life, and the moment, like I said, the moment they see that you want to move, they will come in tumbling and try to stop you, right? Try to stop you. So, because somewhere I feel that they want to keep you tied up for whatever rhyme or reason. And these are people out there, like I said, they are not your immediate people that you are connected with emotionally. These are people that you're not really connected with emotionally, but they're just, like I said, they're just people out there. So and this is where that they will create a lot of problems. So this is not the right time, because the thing is about you, Scorpio, that you have to recover from this situation first before you can move forward. Otherwise they will tamper with your happiness. So you first have to recover from your spiritual or monetary part of the story, where you feel monetarily you are good, well equipped, spiritually you know what to do. So until that recovery happens, don't try to move. That's what they are saying. So like I said, the timing is still not here. You have to wait. You have to give it a little bit more time, not in the month of March, because Spirit is saying Knight of Wands, because Spirit is saying that there is every chance that you will want to take that risk, right? You will want to rush in and do something. You could be very impatient with these kind of people or circumstances around you. So you could be angry, frustrated, because there is a lot of delay over situations that you want to really work for around this portion in time. And that energy can be there, that you really want to just, you don't care, like you just want to go over these people at this point in time. I don't care what these people think or what they don't think, right? I just want to get my way out of this situation. So so that kind of a situation is building up in your life, but you have to be patient, guys. You have to be wise. You have to be patient with the Four of Cups in the reverse, right? Because, like I said, the timing is still not here, and you have to be a little bit silent at this point. Use your wisdom, right? Don't go in the wrong way with the King of Swords in the reverse, right? You could be in that energy where you could be a little bit more manipulative at this point, but don't indulge in the manipulation. Don't try to manipulate anything at this point in time. Take things slowly with the Knight of Pentacles, right? Be wise about your situation. Take things a little bit easy. Be a little bit calculative, because you know that the divine timing is not here at this point, but it's coming to you, right? With the Fool. So you have to wait for the right moment. That's what Spirit is saying. So don't just rush into anything at this point in time. Take your time. Be very quiet about your own wisdom. You don't have to tell people what you're thinking, how you're thinking about it, but wait for the timing to come in your favor, right? And once the timing comes in your favor, that's when you can do what you have to do, Scorpio. Okay, so right now just be patient, because your probable outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what the Queen of Pentacles is talking about here. Just talk to me about the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe they are asking you not to reveal everything at this point in time to a certain individual in your life. That also can be a part of this story. Keep things under cover. Be silent about your game plan. Don't reveal everything to everybody, especially to somebody who could be holding your assets or money. Could be a banker, could be an investor, anybody. Yeah, the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. For some, it could be a marital relationship that's in question here, guys. That, you have been very stubborn about somebody in your life. Could be your spouse, could be your mother, who is holding your assets, or who is holding a large portion of your assets in here. And you have been very stubborn about that energy, or you are being stubborn with that person at this point. It can be anything for anyone. Uh, yeah, because you're not showing any affection or emotion towards that person or towards that situation. You're very cold, you're very tyrannical, you know. You could be very stubborn at this point in the month of March as well for some of you. It's like my way or the highway kind of an energy as your probable outcome. Where you know that your sentiments, you're not revealing your emotions, you're pushing your emotions back. You don't want to show any kind of emotion to somebody or to some situation, whoever it is that is there in your life, who has some kind of an asset under their control on your behalf, is what I'm getting. Right? And you have that energy that I'm getting, guys, over here, is that whether it's my way or the highway now. Yeah, because you have been like, see the Ten of Swords, yeah. You have been very hurt. Like I showed you the Ten of Swords before. You want to recover from that situation, which is a situation that you have kept hidden from a lot of people in your own personal domain. That could be your house, your family, your marriage. You haven't expressed that. You have kept things under cover, but it's all coming to the surface because this pain is getting to be so bad that you're not being able, see, judgment. You have to take a call on this situation, and you know that. You have to take a call on this situation because you're not being able to bear up with this pain in your own life. And you haven't you haven't declared that, you haven't spoken about it. That's because maybe you have been stubborn over the fact that this person has the money and you cannot offend that person, right? Or you have been stubborn over the fact that you need money, you need that status, or it could be just simply that you are married to that person, and there is a social status which is involved in this relationship between the two of you, right? So you could have been just holding on to this energy just because of the social status for some of you, right? That if you leave that person, then others will kind of have a lot to say about the situation, right? So you don't want to tell people what is the actual story between you and somebody in your life with whom you are either married or you are in a relationship, or there is some kind of connection between the two of you. So over here, what I'm getting, guys, with the King of Cups and the Emperor in the reverse, you are you are not you are not showing any kind of emotion in here, right? You're not. You're being very cold, very tyrannical about this situation. Like I told you, it's either my way or the highway. Either you let me go and let me, it's like that energy that I want my way out. I want my way out. Excuse me, guys, sorry. So sorry, I had to sneeze. So I want my way out, right? So this is that situation that I'm getting here, guys, is that you just want to leave, right? You just want to leave. You want to, enjoy, you want to take your own emotions with you, but at this point in time, you are not. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, you're finding it difficult to show any kind of emotions in here. You don't want to. You don't want to because, like I said, you're just hanging on with this person or with this situation is only because of the marital part of the story or the social part of the story. But Ten of Wand, the Four of Wand, I'm sorry, the Ten of Sword, the Four of Wand, and the Moon. And this is more that you're not being able to tell people about this situation. It's all within you, but you're not being able to let others know what is actually happening over this situation between you and somebody in your life who is holding some amount of property or asset, like I said, on your behalf. So you have been very quiet about this situation because you don't want other people either talking about it or making fun of it or being sarcastic about this relationship that you have with somebody. So you you have kept it under covers for a very, very long time. But now it's coming to a point where you know that you have to take action over this situation. It's coming to the point where you know you have to take action over this situation and that you cannot be sitting in that position over this empty cup of love that you don't have anything over there except pain, grief, and sorrow. And that is something you just want to let go of. Let go of, close that door and walk away from that situation. So, this is your story right now, Scorpio. So, but the timing is still not here, is what I'm like to say. As much as you would like to do what you want to do, you have to just hold your horses a little bit longer. And once the energy comes back to the rightful place, that's when you will be able to take the plunge in your situation, right? Enjoy this reading, guys, until I see you once again. Till then, goodbye, God bless, Khuda Hafiz, and Namaste.